All right, guys, let's talk about the GFL. All right, let's start with the draft. This live draft that was going to be just like all of our favorite sports like NBA and NHL, which turned out to be a total sham. How do we know this? I came out and leaked Team New York 7 hours before this live draft. I had it up on my social, but without my help, the GFL releases a screenshot of all of these teams pre-selected, maybe, one or two picks in. They played themselves. What's crazy is they were signing athletes after athletes, over 300 athletes. The truth was, these guys never had a chance. They were never even draft eligible, which is what they thought at minimum they were. But they were all exploited for clout. And what's sad is I had ex-PFL and UFC fighters messaging me and expressing their concern that they thought the GFL had pre-selected the teams and already had their guys. And what they said to me was, this money that they're being offered is bigger than anything they ever saw at the UFC or the PFL. But they were concerned because they had never talked to anybody at the GFL. Now, the GFL consists of 3 people. No investors, there's no sponsor. Now, fast forward, Darren Owen, the founder, is forced to address these claims because he had Ariel on Twitter looking goofy saying, this team's zeroing in on this guy, and I got news that these people are gonna trade for this pick. And it was all a show. Ariel gives him a chance to talk about it on the show. And what Darren Owen says is, I don't know if it was that bad of a thing. We were trending on social media. Well, I'll tell you something, Mr. Owen. Anytime you tell a lie, it's a bad thing. And when you tell a lie to your fans and your employees, that's a very bad thing. Guys, I love the idea of a revenue sharing organization. I love the concept of this stuff. But the truth is, it's nothing more than a concept. You can't go roll out 7-figure contracts with no revenue. You're telling us that you're in the middle of negotiating a stream. So you don't have a single sponsor, and you tell us that you have one investor who doesn't want anybody to know his name because you told a couple people on the inside and then they started to pitch him on all their ideas. That's not how investors move, okay? If you have that type of money, you have a safeguard, you have gatekeepers, receptionists, screeners, whatever it may be. People don't just have free access to people like that. I don't think the GFL gets off the ground. Am I wrong?